G'day folks, welcome to Big V TV. Great to have your company as always, and as we visit all of our clubs during this pre-season, we're headed up the road to the Golden Triangle, up to Ballarat.
Is that what it's called? The Golden Triangle?
It's part of the Golden Triangle, yeah. Of Bendigo, Ballarat, and I know you got Clunes in there.
Somebody's got
all
at least
sorts
a
of places. Yeah, probably. Well, gold was discovered out at Warrandyte.
Was it Ararat?
Clunes
Was
is
a nice prison in Ararat.
Yeah. Is
really
it?
nice.
Been there before?
Yeah, it's a nice day.
Ballarat.
Alright.
Beth Charles country.
Oh, he's from Ballarat.
Some of the sites.
Tell us a little bit about Ballarat. What street did you live in?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I don't know that much.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't really have a good recollection
so
of my
Australia.
childhood.
Dad
really.
coached the Lady Lions.
Oh, Roscoe. Roscoe, Lady Miners.
Yeah, coach, assistant
You have a
coach. I'm not
connection.
too Sure.
Nice. So if I was going to Ballarat tomorrow, where would I go?
Start with Sovereign Hill.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no,
You're at the
Fair enough.
stockade. It's
Yep.
been all updated, I think. They tore it down, put it back up.
You read the stockade?
Like the building where all
Revolution. They tore it down, put it back up again. Speaking of miners, that's the men's team. The Rush is the women's team.
The Rush.
We'll start off with the women, shall we? VYC Ballarat coming into 5 and 16. They finished last.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome to the league.
Well, they do like progressing their juniors. Take us through it, young man.
Yep.
A couple of departed players to
There
start off with.
are. Tani Nestor's got a job and uni commitments that's kept her out of the team this
What does she
season.
do for work?
I couldn't tell you. Well, what do you really want me to? I should find that
Well,
out.
it says a job. I just wonder what she did for
Same
work.
with Lauren Phil.
So a couple of players out. They've got 6 players coming up from their under 18. So a lot of depth from their 18s coming up. Which
Certainly is.
Fantastic for them. And it's good to see they're bringing through the kids. Lauren Conroy's probably the only new player in that actually has had experience in Big V before, I suppose. She comes from Altona.
But ex-Melton
Melton,
before that, part
yeah.
of the Melton
I want to know
team,
where.
is
Red
there.
flag. Where's the twin Jenna Conroy?
the twins.
Are they twins?
Well, I think they're pretty close.
Well, they're sisters. We know that.
Oh, you can hate your siblings.
I don't know.
I don't think they do.
I don't know if they're twins though.
Are they?
No,
Why do I
I don't
always
think
say
so.
that? Okay.
And maybe Jenna might be overage, under 23
Oh,
competition.
yeah,
And
potentially.
look, going on with Justin's point, but I think Ballarat have always been known to give their juniors a good chance in their youth team. So to be bringing up 6 players from their under 18
It's a lot.
squad into this,
It is good.
that's a good turnover of young players, and that's what
Yeah.
your youth side's for. Hopefully, these girls one day are representing the Lady Miners in their Seagull team.
Exactly.
Where do we think they're going to finish? Because 5 and 16, they were dead smack on the bottom, holding
Yeah.
everybody up last season. The Ballarat Rush. Where do we think they're going to go to? They're obviously sticking with the, well, I say the youth policy. They're obviously sticking with the kids coming
Yeah.
through, which is great.
It is.
I think look, if they had a struggling season last time and they blooded all these young kids, I think maybe not finals this year,
Yeah.
but certainly building for the future, creating those stepping stones for 2014 and 15 and so on.
I
think
wonder
that's
though,
pretty cool.
if they do find themselves, with a similar record after this season, do they have a look at it and think maybe Youth 1 is a better spot? Do they do what Bendigo
What
did
Bendigo
with
did,
them then?
Well, if they finished on the bottom, for instance,
Yeah.
maybe they might be in a situation where it is the best move for them.
And look again, we don't know.
I was going to say, having said that right now, there's 18 weeks of basketball.
Big Youth Championship, the biggest unknown division.
Yeah, they could finish top 4 for a
They
week.
could, that's right.
So let's have a look at the Ballarat Miners again. Ballarat Rush for the VYC women,
Girls.
Ballarat Miners for the
Men.
VYC men.
Women.
5 and 16 last season as well, the Miners,
Yeah.
and they were 7th of 8. Daniel Sutton is the coach. New players, James McMaster has been off playing footy. He comes back in. Jack Sullivan's finished year 12, which is, I don't know, what is it, HSC or
BCA?
BCE? He comes back in. Naish Stewart from St
Naish.
Pat's College comes in, so it's obviously a local college up there. Josh Grover's off studying. He's probably doing his matric. Is that what you called it?
That's it.
Blake
That's what
Champ
I
is
did.
also out. Some VJBL rookies. There's a few. I think we just mentioned. Oh no, Nick McMaster, obviously brother of James McMaster.
Oh.
Billy Phoeben and Jack Saunders.
They're doing the same thing as what the women did, aren't they?
Yeah.
Taking up
Blake
the
Champ,
games.
I remember him at Keele a
Keele,
couple
yeah.
of seasons ago.
Okay.
Yes, they're just a familiar name. It's nice to see them
I
around.
wonder where he's
Wonder where he
going
is.
to. Will
He's
he
a good.
pop up somewhere back in Big
He was a good player. He's probably at that age where you'd be looking at college and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
I would have
maybe.
thought, but
Yeah,
you know, who knows?
Do we expect much from the Miners this season? Obviously a hard year last year.
I
Similar
reckon similar to
to
the
their
women.
women.
Yeah.
So it's all about growth, all about development for the Ballarat Miners.
Which is
Probably not finals first year in.
Look, one thing I'll say about Ballarat is their teams, I know at the Seagull level and at the youth level, they always play tough. So, even if they are bringing up a whole heap of new juniors, you know that it's going to be a tough game every time you play them, and you're going to have to bring your best game against them. So
And this really is the first time that we've seen the top 16 teams at youth level in the state all
That's
competing.
right.
Yeah.
We've got no
Yeah.
idea how it's going to
I
compete.
can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
Personally. Yep.
Road trips to Ballarat,
Hey.
visit Sovereign Hill.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Youth
Busting
teams
the
don't
doors,
normally get to
the
go
minor dome.
out and
Yes.
ripper venue.
I reckon last year the youth league one or state youth championships road trip was to Ringwood.
That was about it. Horse and cart out there. So best of luck to Ballarat coming into the competition in VYC men and women, the rush and the minors.
Look forward to seeing them hit it out on opening round.
Oh, nice.
9th and 10th of March down at Frankston.
Who will they play? Do you know?
Couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
You have to get down there and check it out.
Absolutely.
So there it is, another club down as we preview everybody for season 2013. Who's coming up next? We'll find out shortly.